Nissan's Dayz, the smallest, cheapest passenger car the company sells in Japan, has just picked up a mild refresh, and it's the kind of update that's easy to overlook at first glance, but makes real sense once you dig into it. Developed through Nissan's NMKV joint venture with Mitsubishi, the city car remains mechanically and visually tied to the Mitsubishi EK Custom and EKX, sharing its platform, powertrains, and much of its underlying engineering with both K-Class siblings, as it has done since the partnership began. This second-generation Dayz first showed up in 2019 and got its initial facelift back in 2023. So 3 years later, a second round of tweaks was probably overdue. Don't expect anything dramatic on the styling front, though. Nissan hasn't touched the sheet metal, the wheelbase, or the overall footprint, which still keeps the Dayz within Japan's strict K-car dimension regulations, capped at 3,400 millimeters in length and 1,480 millimeters in width. What Nissan has done is add a couple of new two-tone paint schemes, white pearl paired with cinnamon latte and frozen vanilla pearl alongside celadon green. And on every two-tone car, the door handles now match the roof color rather than the body. A small detail, but one that ties the look together nicely and gives the cabin's exterior a slightly more cohesive, considered feel than before. For buyers wanting something a bit more distinctive, Nissan's Motorsport and Customized division still offers the Bolero and Highway Star Urban Chrome trims, both of which sit above the standard range and carry their own distinct personalities. The Bolero takes the entry-level Dayz X and dresses it up with rally-style 15-inch alloys, white mirror caps, and a beige and pink cabin that leans playful rather than plain, giving it a slightly retro boutique feel that stands out from the rest of the lineup. The Highway Star Urban Chrome goes a different direction entirely, aiming for a more upscale urban aesthetic with dark chrome trim, silver mirror caps, multi-spoke 15-inch wheels, dedicated floor mats, and waterproof seat upholstery that's genuinely useful if you're hauling kids, pets, or muddy gear on a regular basis. Both trims essentially let Nissan offer two very different flavors of the same small car without touching the core engineering underneath. The real substance of this update, though, isn't cosmetic at all. It's regulatory. The Dayz now complies with Japan's newest safety standards, and Nissan got there by widening the horizontal field of view on the front camera, which in turn extends both the range and the reliability of the automatic emergency braking system, allowing it to spot pedestrians, cyclists, and other vehicles earlier, and react more consistently in cluttered urban traffic. It's not a flashy change, but it's the one that actually matters most for keeping this car legally sellable and genuinely safer on Japan's tight pedestrian-heavy streets, where K-cars spend the overwhelming majority of their working lives. A couple of smaller but useful additions round out the update. There's now a standard rear seat reminder to stop drivers from accidentally leaving something or someone behind on the back bench, a feature that's become increasingly common across the industry, and for good reason, given how many hot car incidents involving children and pets happen every year. Front passengers also get a standard USB-C charging port now, which sounds minor until you realize how many older K-cars still make you hunt for a cigarette lighter adapter, just to keep a phone alive on a longer errand run.
Mechanically, nothing has changed, and there was no real reason for it to. The Dayz continues with its familiar 660cc three-cylinder engines, both paired with an Xtronic CVT and available in either front or all-wheel drive depending on regional needs and winter conditions. The naturally aspirated version makes 52 HP, 38 kilowatts divided by 52 PS, delivering modest but adequate performance for city commuting and short highway stints, while the turbocharged engine puts out 64 HP, 47 kilowatts divided by 64 PS, boosted slightly by a mild hybrid system that adds another 2.7 HP, 2.0 kilowatts on top, smoothing out stop-start driving and helping shave a bit off fuel consumption. It's not a car built for excitement, and that's fine. It was never meant to be. The Dayz has always prioritized efficiency, low running costs, and ease of use over outright performance. Pricing starts at $1,500,400, or about 9,200, and climbs to 2,217,600, roughly 13,600, for the fully loaded turbo 4WD Highway Star Urban Chrome, which represents a meaningful jump once you start stacking trim packages, all-wheel drive, and the stronger engine together. This update slots in alongside recent revisions across the rest of Nissan's Japanese K lineup, including the closely related Sakura EV and the Rooks wagon, suggesting the company is working its way steadily through the range rather than tackling everything at once, likely to keep engineering and certification costs manageable across several related models. Worth noting, too, that even as the cheapest passenger car Nissan sells in Japan, the Dayz still costs more than the brand's commercial K offerings. The recently refreshed Clipper truck starts at $1,344,200, $8,200, and the Clipper van at $1,454,200, $8,900, both aimed squarely at small businesses and delivery fleets rather than private buyers. And if you zoom out globally, the title of cheapest Nissan overall doesn't even belong to a K car at all. That honor goes to the Magnite, the compact SUV sold in India, starting at 565,000 rupees, or about 5,900 rupees. Different market, different regulations, different priorities entirely, but the same basic idea underneath it all. Give people an affordable, dependable way into a Nissan badge wherever they happen to be shopping.